What's up, tribe? How you guys doing? Go ahead and hit that subscribe button, and I hope you like this video. This is Love and Marriage Huntsville season 3 episode. What episode are we on? Episode 9. So we are still in the pool arguing, and a lot of y'all left comments last week, and I love y'all and I respect what y'all point of view, but I think y'all might have misunderstood what I was saying. I wasn't saying that Marceau and Tisha didn't have to be at their place of business. I agree. I feel like they should be willing to be there, and I feel like they should be more visible. But what I'm saying is for Jalen to feel like that is their obligation, and that when he says he needs help, that if they don't show, like I don't know how to describe it, because I think y'all misunderstood what I was saying. All I was saying was that, Jalen, your job is separate and independent of what Tisha and Marceau do. Should Tisha and Marceau want to be a part and be there because it's a new business and they need to be there day to day and be hands-on? Absolutely. Absolutely. But what I was saying was Jalen's point of view on that, like, your job as GM don't have nothing to do with that. Like, if they never show up and the business goes downhill because they were not hands-on or they chose not to be a part of it, there's nothing you can do about that. All you got to do is focus on what your job responsibilities are and in the middle of the road. And if it's too much, and if it's ridiculous, and if it's out of order and the expectation is too high, then you're just going to have to walk away. That's my opinion. Anyway, I hope that cleared that up. Anyway, so we are still in the pool arguing, and I feel like at some point, you know how you argue so much, you get to the point where you agreeing with the other person and don't even realize you agreeing with the other person, and the other person, and I feel like that's what Kimmy did, because it ended up where Marceau was saying, listen, at the end of the day, Kimmy, you his mama, and of course you're gonna feel the way you feel. And she was like, I correct him all the time. He was like, of course you correct him, he's your child. But we are saying that in that exchange between Letitia and Jalen, he was being a smartass. He was out of order, and if he had been anybody else, we would have fired him. That's it. That's all. And I understand where they were coming from in that. So then Letitia says, listen, I just want to apologize because, Kimmy, you are absolutely correct. I cannot say that I want to move forward with this relationship, this friendship, and keep bringing up old stuff or keep holding on to things. So you are absolutely correct. I apologize, and I really, really do want us to move forward, and I really, really do want us to just be in a better place, all right? So the next morning, so they hug it out. Everybody's happy. Yay, yay, yay. So the next morning, it's breakfast time. Tisha and Kimmy are making breakfast, and Marceau is a mess. Marceau came in there talking about, he started putting in orders. Kimmy was like, I'm not a short order cook. Like, I'm cooking what I'm cooking, and that's it. Like, I'm not a short order cook. What are you doing? He was like, oh, well, I thought cooking was your happy place. She was like, it is my happy place, but I'm cooking what I'm going to cook, and y'all going to eat it or whatever. So that was cute. So then we're eating breakfast. We found out that there's going to be like a little surprise trip that they're going to, get into that day. We're not sure if Melody is there or not. If Melody's coming or not. Martell said he don't think Melody's coming. Letitia said Melody was coming, but her and Destiny were coming a little bit late, so not sure what's going on with that. Then they get to talking about, once again, somehow the conversation get to be on Martell and Melody and the babies and the cheating, and here go Tiffany talking about someone. Do you talk to your baby mama? And he was like, who, Melody? And she was like, well, yeah, I mean, that's who I'm talking about. No, that ain't who you talking about. You was being messy as hell. You was talking about the other one. And Martell was like, okay, well, that's not my baby mama. That's my ex-wife. And yes, I talk to her every day. I said, I know that's right, Martell. Get her together. Because I do think you was being real, again, messy. So then we see Kimmy and Martell cleaning up the kitchen, talking, and they get to talking about him and Melody and where they are and the divorce and this, and this. And Martell was like, I don't know why everybody think I want to keep talking about this, because I don't. And I agree with him. I'm like, does every conversation have to come back around to Melody and Martell? Melody and Martell, Melody and Martell. Like, there are three other quote unquote happy couples there. And I say quote unquote for a reason. But anyway, 3 other happy couples here. We are celebrating a whole wedding anniversary. Can we not make everything about Melody and Martell? But no, because the rest of the episode is about Melody and Martell. But anyway, So then we have this scene with Tiffany and her husband. They talking to the kids, and they get off the phone with the kids. And Tiffany, come to find out, Tiffany is in her little feelings because her husband is doing things with the boys and not including her. I guess her son got a haircut, and she was in her feelings about the fact that he took him to get the haircut without them because I guess he cut all his hair off or something. And she was feeling some kind of way about it. And he was like, listen, I don't know what you want from me. Like, you want me to bond with the boys. You want us to build these relationships and everything. We can't wait on you. Like, you work, and if you're not there and it needs to happen, then I got to make it happen. And she was like, I understand, but girl, listen, I just felt like this was an unnecessary conversation because you mad because he took your child to go get a haircut. First of all, that's what, I mean, I hate to make it a man-woman role situation, but that's what the men do. The men take the boys to get their haircut. You know, that's like a rite of passage for a young man to go to the barbershop and have those barbershop experiences. The same way it's a rite of passage for a mother to take her daughter to the beauty salon and have those conversations. And that's the whole rite of passage. So, girl, calm down. Calm down. Because if he wasn't trying to engage with your child and didn't want to have nothing to do with your child, then you would have a whole nother argument. And that argument I would actually find some validity in. But this one, I just felt like they were just trying to create a moment, have a scene. Because this was, in my opinion, an unnecessary conversation. Now, y'all can tell me in the comments that whatever. So Melody shows up. They get ready to head out. Melody shows up just in time. And of course, they make a joke about her having to share a room with Martell. Listen, I didn't think it was that big of a deal. I thought it was a cute little jab and a cute little joke. And Melody was like, oh my gosh, I'm not here for the 8th grade jokes. Like, just, can we grow up? I'm like, girl, it's just a joke. Like, calm down, Melody. It's not that serious. Again, I get it that maybe you don't feel like always having to deal with the jabs and the jokes. But listen, they've been giving Martell the blues for 24 hours, girl. You could take a little bit here. It wasn't that serious. Martell didn't even let the joke drag on. Martell was like, girl, no. They are 2 whole empty bedrooms. You are fine. Right? It was just a joke. So then we see Melody, Letitia, and Tiffany. And Melody is saying to Letitia, I didn't know Martell was going to be here. Letitia was like, girl, he is on the, like, he is on the group text. Like, what do you mean you didn't know he wasn't going to be here? Like, I didn't specifically say Martell is coming, but you saw him on the group text with us talking about the trip. You know he was coming? She claimed she didn't know Tiffany was coming either, but she was glad to see Tiffany there, that Letitia and Tiffany were moving forward and building on their friendship. Child. I just felt like Melody showed up on some stuff, and I know y'all gonna give it to me in the comments, but I just feel like Melody showed up waiting for a problem. Because I just feel like she kept finding issues where there just really shouldn't have been none. So anyway, they get on the bus. They got 2 buses coming. They separate the men from the women because everybody can't fit on one bus, and they go to do the, what's them things called? They're not, I was going to say dune buggies. They're not called the dune buggies, but they're the little sports cars, the little roadsters, the little, you know what I'm saying, the little sports cars. So they get ready to get in the car. So no, rewind. On the trip over there, the guys in the car, in their van, once again, they get to talking about divorce. And Marceau is talking about how him and Letitia choose not to get divorced. And yes, there have been times in his marriage where he was like, this is a divorceable moment. Like, I really could get divorced and walk away, but we choose to stay. He said, and I'm not saying that one is any better than the other. I'm not saying that one person made a better decision than the other. I'm just saying that's what me and mine decided to do. And he was like, because divorce is hard. I don't know how y'all do it. And once again, Maurice and Martell were like, why are we talking about this? Like, we are in Vegas. We're supposed to be here to have a good time. Like, why do we keep talking about marriage and divorce? Like, aren't we here celebrating somebody's wedding? Like, please. So then, the ladies on their bus, Melody was talking to them about, she shot her music video and she's got footage and she's going to show them. And they were like, oh, you know, and of course they are excited. They are excited and happy for her. Letitia says that, you know, she hadn't heard from Destiny, but she sent Destiny the information and hopefully Destiny can catch up with them where they're going, you know, to the little surprise where they're headed. And like I said, they get there and it's the little road cars, and they got to go through all the rules and all this other stuff before they take off. And when they get ready to take off, Destiny does show up. Come to find out, child, that she had a delay and her luggage is still in Atlanta. It sounds like maybe she got out late because she was dealing with getting the baby to the daddy and all that other stuff. But she is here and she is ready to have a good time. So Martell decides that he says, I think Destiny and Melody should ride with me. Because he was like, Melody, girl, you ain't a good driver. They get the argument about Melody being a good driver. And Melody talking about something. What are you talking about, Martell? He was like, you like to hit stuff. The kids told me you hit something last week. It didn't happen. It didn't happen. Now, Destiny is in the middle going, Martell right about this one. Melody ain't a good driver. But I gotta side with my boys. So me and Melody gonna get in the car. We're gonna do what we do. So the two of them get in the car. Martell is by himself and the couples are together. Everybody's riding out. Everybody's having a good time. It's a good time. We taking pictures. We Instagramming and all. It was fun, right? They looked like they were enjoying themselves. And then they end up at like a little overlook area. By this time, it's already dark. They've been riding all day. And Tisha said, hey, this is a good place for us to take some pictures, right? We have the skyline. It's the overlook. Boom. We ready to rock and roll. And so, here's where it happens. And so, before I forget to say this, because this is out of sequence, but before I get to say it, Letitia pulls Maurice aside and says, I know the guys, the next day is going to be an all-girls day and an all-guys day. So she pulls Maurice aside to say, listen, I know we in Vegas and everything, and I know what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas, but your brother been a little bit too happy about the what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas mantra. And I'm going to need you to keep an eye on your brother tomorrow and make sure he know that, that he ain't acting up. I'm so sick of Letitia and her insecurities. Ma'am, y'all got a whole camera crew following y'all. A whole camera crew following y'all. If Marceau is going to cut up, you are going to find out about it. Calm down. It is so not cute. It is such a bad look. It's not cute at all. Oh, I forgot to say that Martell had a hard time getting in that car. He finally admitted that his clothes is too tight. He said, listen, I know y'all been kind of be about my clothes being too tight, but I'm going to be honest with y'all. I just ain't been shopping since I done put on these little 15 pounds. Martell, I understand it. You like, I'm going to take these 15 pounds off. I ain't about to go out here and buy a bunch of new clothes, and I ain't going and knowing that I'm going to be off these 15 pounds because I'm determined that I'm going to lose this weight. I get it. I understand, child. Same thing happened when I had to pull out my work clothes after COVID. I said, what the hell? But I was like, I ain't buying a bunch of new clothes. I'm just have to lose some weight. Anyway, moving on. So that happened because, like I said, I'm going to forget about that once we get into this situation. So Melody asked Martell, she wants to talk to him. And she says, I just want to let you know that I apologized to our friend. I shot my music video, and he kept calling her Beyonce all day long. Again, getting under her skin, being petty, right? And he said, oh, the song, the ain't shit song, or something to that effect. They had to bleep it out, whatever he said. And she was like, yes, my song. He was like, oh, okay. She was like, well, when I was shooting the video, I apologized to, I forgot the woman's name, but their friend. And he was like, what'd you do that for? She said, because you made the comment that she was unfit to babysit our children. He was like, is that what I said? Well, you said something like that. He said, well, don't say I said something like that. If you're going to say what I said, say I said it right. He was like, because I never said that. Well, Martell, let me finish. If you'll let me finish. He was like, no, he was like, no, I'm trying to explain to you what I said. If you want to know what I said, I can tell you exactly what I said. Well, just be quiet, Martell. He said, well, you shut the fuck up or shut the hell up. Now, let me say this. I understand Martell's frustration because if you're going to quote me correctly. Don't put words in my mouth to make it seem like I said something I did not say. But whatever you said, it must have been offensive enough to Melody to feel like she had to apologize to this woman. So you probably said something that was close to what Melody said. But okay, you want her to say word for word what you said. But you trying to talk over her, and she's trying to get her point across, and she telling you to be quiet, and then your response is for her to shut the hell up. No, you told her to be quiet, and her response was, no. Shit, I can't even keep up. No, he told her to shut the hell up. My bad. So then, of course, now she gets upset, and they get to arguing. Next thing you know, they are arguing about the video. They are arguing about the song. Martell said, you act like you just wrote that song. You had my kids singing that song years ago around the house. How you think that make me feel that my kids are singing a song around the house that say that I ain't shit? And Melody was like, that ain't the song you thinking about. The song that the kids have been singing is another song. I wrote that song a long time ago, and that's the song I'm talking about. He said, well, that song say I ain't shit either. She was like, first of all, the kids don't even know what the song is about. When the kids ask me what the song is about, I say life. Melody, stop. Your kids are old enough they're not dumb. Now, I'm not talking about the babies, but the oldest one and the next to oldest one, they can Google, they over here, they know mommy and daddy arguing, they know mommy and daddy. I'm sure that y'all fought and argued in front of the kids, whether they were in the room or not. Maybe you thought they were asleep, you know. That was the first thing. Melody asked him who watching the kids, and he said my mother, and she was like, well, your mother works, because I feel like she was trying to bring him around to, you ask other people to watch the kids for you sometimes, just like I asked other people to watch the kids for me sometimes. I feel like that's where that was going. But when he said it was his mom, and then his mama had taken off work, that kind of, she couldn't kind of use that as an example, so then she just went straight into what she was saying. So Melody, so the guys are pulling Martell back, because Martell now he is getting loud and he is being argumentative. But Melody now is playing games. She's poking at him. Yeah, I shot my video. Y'all want to see it? Y'all want to see my video? Y'all want to see my video? So now and the girls are telling Melody, come on now, you doing too much. Like you poking the bear. Like, this is not the right time. Y'all don't want to see my video? They were like, we do, but this is not the right time or place. Like, come on, like let's defuse this situation. And Melody is, Martell is on the left hand acting a fool and being mad. Melody is on the right hand laughing, thinking it's hilarious, thinking it's funny as hell. And she's showing them the video footage. And why you keep calling me Beyonce? Why you being funny? Why you being funny? He was like, because you singing. Beyonce is a singer, right? You singing. I'm just saying you a singer. Both of them, in my opinion, had levels of petty. But Maurice was acting like Martell was wrong, and Martell was doing too much, and Martell was allowing Melody to, get in his head, this, that, the other. And I don't feel like Martell was any more wrong than Melody was. To be honest about the matter, I feel like both of them were being petty. I feel like both of them were showing shades of pettiness. But the one thing that I did walk away from in that whole conversation is that they both still love each other. They may not like each other right now, but they still love each other. And I'm not saying that they will or won't get back together. I ain't saying that, because they may never get back together. But the feelings, but there are feelings still there on both sides. On both sides. Melody eventually ends up just leaving. She said, I ain't got to deal with this. I ain't here for all this mess. She gets in the car and pulls off. Mind you, leaving Destiny, who rode with her. So I guess Destiny ended up having to get in that car with Martell and riding back, child. But anyway, that was the episode. Y'all let me know what y'all think. I'll talk to y'all later. No, I think Destiny did get in the car with Melody, because Destiny said somehow she got to ride with her girl. That might be what. Anyway, all I know is Melody left their asses up there on that cliff, child. Anyway, moving on. I'll talk to y'all later. Peace.